What is up, bros? Me, Josh here. In today's video, we're going over the brand new announcement that Wargaming just put out for World of Warships. That is Clan Battle Season 1. They're coming. They're finally coming. How long have we been waiting for it? I know guys coming over from World of Tanks that have been waiting since World of Tanks. So over 2 years, people have been waiting for clan battles, and they finally announced that they are coming to World of Warships. It's very, very exciting. I know a lot of people are super pumped. I know a lot of really the kind of high-end competitive that we've been having to do from the community, basically, of setting up these tournaments to now have official clan battles. It's pretty exciting. I know NA has their own tournaments, EU has their own tournaments, so now an official Wargaming set of clan battles. Now, if you guys remember, clan battles had kind of been set up a little bit in the past as kind of a pilot, and it was kind of popular for a little bit, but then died off for one of the main reasons that I hope they don't mess up this time. But this was a little surprising when I was originally talking about it. If you look at the NA tournaments or the EU tournaments, they have a very kind of normal setup, which is tier 8's 9v9, one carrier, and then each kind of league has their own set of rules within that. So World of Warships, the number one, probably won't have as many rules as like a certain amount of smoke ships, certain ships from each nation, certain premiums. But it was 9v9. 9v9 at tier 8. So when they originally released this, I think the original one was tier 6 or tier 7. It's been so long ago, and it was a really cool thing to. You would do rank battles, and then the rank battles would end. Then you'd have team battles would end. Then you'd have rank battles. So there's always something else to do in a quote unquote competitive mode. Now, if you've ever played ranked is a bit more of an everybody competitive mode, whether people like to believe it or not. It's one person. You queue in, you join other people. It's still kind of like a random battles, but with a bit more rewards. So, in my opinion, that is the competitive mode for everyone. That's for everyone. You know, I don't think ranked season will ever go anything above a tier 8 because that's the highest purchasable premium. Yes, I know the Missouri is a tier 9, but in my opinion, I don't think it'll ever go above a tier 8 because that's a competitive mode that a day one player needs to at least be able to contend in. And so I don't think it will ever go above tier 8. So tier 8 is kind of like this. It's always the favorite rank season. It's what everyone's been using in premium seasons, and it's what a lot of people, especially now, are going to have access to since it's easier to get higher tier ships. So in my opinion, I woke up to this and was thinking, awesome, tier 8 clans, and we'll be able to go, because I'm pretty sure it's going to go to tier 8 ranked again for this coming season. So what is the first little bit? Awesome. I'm super excited. Season 1 coming up, 6.2. We got a couple more patches before that, so we'll see what happens. And boom, rules. First line, 7 players, 1 battleship, 1 carrier. What the hell does that even mean, Wargaming? What? So what you originally will do is, I was thinking, okay, 7v7, 1 CV, 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers. It's a very standard, right? And then going to tier 7, or not tier 7, 7v7 is a little weird. And it kind of we'll get into what they're kind of saying right here. But no CVs, that's literally slapping an entire player base in the face for just saying, hey, you can't play. So that was a massive surprise. Now, I hate CVs as much as the next person, but it's still a class in this game. And whether you like it to believe it or not, this entire game is rock, paper, scissors. You have CVs, so then you have high AA ships. You have CVs controlling DDs. So you have this whole, ecosystem of ships that rely on one other class of ship to keep them in check or to be effective against another ship. And then something else doesn't get too powerful. So it's really kind of weird that they're taking CVs out. It seems so weird that they are saying hard no to something before they even give it a try, since this is basically kind of like a pilot season, especially at this tier. It seems so weird for them to say no. And I know CVs are the least played class, it's the smallest player base, but still it seems so weird for them to eliminate it. They haven't eliminated a class in any other kind of competitive situation that the Wargaming has actually put out. So it seems very, very weird. And but let's just kind of dive in and show what they do. So it provides balance when assembling teams, as even a small clan can regularly send 7 people. That's true. So I kind of get their 7 point, but it gets the main word is balance here. They're using the word provides balance when assembling a team, but they're taking out 25% of the available ship classes. So they're taking out balance, or they want balance, but they're taking out an entire CV class. It's very, very interesting to me that they're going to do that. 7v7 battles are a good balance between personal skill and team play. For ship spot is less prone to be destroyed by early concerned fire. So uh, it just I don't know. It just seems so weird that they're going to be doing that, and I don't know with CV. So let's just go in. Each team is going to have a single battleship. The limit is because just two battleships in the battle this size can set up crossfire with higher caliber guns. It leaves an opposing team with an unable to actively participate in the fight. If you see an enemy team doing something, that means you're gonna have to counter it, right? Or you're gonna have to work accordingly to it. So the other team's going to be able to just set up crossfire. It seems very weird, and it said they had looked at other tournaments and stuff like that, and most of the time you don't really see too much crossfire. You saw a little bit of maybe a cruiser and a battleship flanking, but other than that, most of the time the big bad, especially because it's going to be 7v7, you're not going to be able to send a ship because it's going to just get focused. So not really sure if crossfiring is the main reason that two battleships is going to be OP. So it seems weird that they're going one. Okay, they're going one battleship. That's meh. It seems like it's going to be very difficult for that battleship to consistently stay alive unless it's just going to be sniping from the back line. So that means with less battleships, games are going to get slower. Teams are going to be farther apart. Not probably the best thing for a competitive mode. Let's continue. Be mindful of map terrain, blah, 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 blah. So it wasn't easy to decide to leave out carriers for Season 1. Before we did, we made sure to review the past tournament results and clan tests. So this doesn't make any sense because all the other tournament results and clan tests had the CVs. That's all they had. Everyone had it. Even in the past team battles, they had CVs. So it's very crazy. And the test showed that carriers and well-coordinated teams provide perfect reconnaissance over the entire map, added extensive obstacles for opposing teams' destroyers, created an environment in which everyone sees everyone. That's what CVs do. That's like saying, hey, we can't run destroyers because they're very low detection. They have torpedoes and they can lay smoke. So they spot everybody. They're hard to spot, and then they make it so it's harder to see everyone. And everyone sees everyone. Wargaming doesn't even like the smoke meta that's out right now. There's rumors that they're going to change the smoke so things can't see everything. So they want things to be seen. I don't get this. That's literally what you want in a. It's, hey, you can't use battleships because they have a high health pool, they hit hard, and they can heal through damage. So it makes games take too long. It makes no sense. You can't play cruisers because they shoot HE. Some have AA consumable, so it makes it harder to have planes in the air, and some have radar that makes it harder for things to stay. It literally they just wrote down what a good CV is supposed to do. So it has me shaking my head. It has me absolutely shaking my head. I will do a little asterisk. Yes, a little side note. I get that they are pushing tier 10s. I don't get why. This new kind of setup 100% takes out a majority of tier 10s at just being unplayable and not effective in this new game mode. I get that CVs are the least played, especially tier 10 CVs. It's brutal to get that high. I think especially on North America, you really don't see tier 10s that much. But why not just make it tier 8 then, where it's more accessible? There's premiums in that people can buy, so more people in smaller clans can then have a CV. And if there's going to be a built-in MMR, a good CV is going to be very effective against a bad CV, but you're going to be playing, bad teams are going to be playing against bad teams, bad clans. I don't mean bad in a negative way. I'm just saying newer, less skilled. I don't know, I guess there's no real good way of saying it. But the better clans are going to be playing against better clans, so the better CVs are going to be going against better CVs. So it kind of like, if it's it's just like in ranked. A good CV is going to be able to go up into the ranks and play against better CVs. It's not just going to quote unquote seal club the entire time. Anyways, so I don't get this. This makes zero sense to me because that's literally what you're supposed to do. You could 3 bullet points of any class is really kind of weird. Are primarily expected to provide reconnaissance before loading in. Okay, so basically vision. That's all they do in these clan battles is they give vision. They can do a strike every once in a while, but you're not going to see massive damage out of a competitive CV. It's mainly vision because they're going to kind of out really spot each other. It's whatever. Vision is worth more damage than anything. So they're looking for ways to incorporate it. I just don't get why they would say no right away instead of just saying, yeah, let's give it a try. I don't get why tier 10. I still don't get why tier 10. So, one thing that's kind of nice, I guess, is tier 10s, although they're much easier to get now, they are still. They're still not easy, but compared to a year ago, it's laughably easier to get tier 10s. Credits are easier to make. Repair costs are lower. You get more XP. It's much easier to get a tier 10. But they do have the ability to load in three sets, excuse me, three tier 10s if you don't have any. So you can actually rent these ships. You can actually train up a captain on them. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But it's the Zhao, it's the Shima, and the German BB, the Grosse Kurfürst. So the Shima is now going to basically be, in my opinion, without planes now, it's one of the worst, I guess, besides the Grozavoy now. It's probably the worst tier 10 destroyer. That is, in my opinion, you can't take a Shimikaze. Why? Because literally every cruiser can go into their consumables and change up AA for sonar. So you're going to be having 2 to 3 probably cruisers a game with sonar. So it's almost going to be impossible. There's no need to bring anything else as other than like a gearing, a cab, or a Z52, the German DDs, and the German that runs sonar as well. So it's going to be absolutely brutal being a Shimikaze in a competitive mode. I think it's going to be the weakest besides the Grozavoy. I think the Grozavoy is 100% unplayable. And I even think the Kurfürst is going to be really, really hard to play consistently because games are going to be so far spread out. There's going to be so much HE with, let's say, I don't think you can bring anything other than the Conqueror or the Montana. I don't even think the Yamato is going to be that effective unless you have perma smoke for him, and that's assuming the smoke changes don't come. So you can use these. I guess this is kind of cool. So it's going to let the newer clans, the people who haven't played as many games, get a tier 10 and at least compete in it. So it is kind of nice here. Maps and rules. I'm not sure if I like kind of these spawns, but I was kind of hoping for smaller maps. Like Crossfire is a good one, but some of these higher tier ones, they're massive for 7 people. So we'll see how it is. They have really interesting spawns. You're gonna be spawning on kind of like the same side here, and then you battle for this. Radar is gonna be pretty brutal, but like really, in my opinion, there's so many ships at tier 10 that just aren't gonna be at the highest level of play. Aren't gonna be playable. Minotaur is not gonna be playable. It just isn't. With how many ships you're gonna have with radar and stuff like that, and it's such an AA platform, it's not really gonna be playable in my opinion. Grozavoy 100% isn't going to be playable. Isn't going to be effective at high tier. Everything's going to be playable still, but Shimikaze is going to be very weak. It's going to be countered. It can't defend itself against a Gearing or a Z52 in most situations, so it's going to get absolutely destroyed. I could see a Des Moines being effective in certain situations, but I don't know if the Des Moines will follow a high level competitive meta just because it doesn't have the ability to be extremely accurate at long range as, like, let's say the Moskva, the Hindenburg, and the Zau are going to be. And really, I think the Kurfürst and the I mean, honestly, why would you bring anything other than the Conqueror? The Conqueror is going to give your team such a high advantage in this insane HE, insane damage, and super low detection. You don't need to baby it with the smoke. It has such a low detection level. So everyone's being mad at this. I'm bummed that CVs can't play. It's an entire player base that Wargaming is just saying, not right now, maybe in the future. So that's a massive kind of. It's so weird that they're taking this approach. Tier 10, I don't think I'm not 100% hyped for tier 10. I think tier 8 is a very good competitive friendly tier. We've been seeing it in all the past seasons. We've been seeing it in all the past ranked battles. It's a very good clan. I don't know why. I mean, a very good tier. I don't know why Wargaming isn't going tier 8 because they make a ton of money at tier 8. They just released the key. They just released the Enterprise recently. Those are. I don't know why they're just not going to tier 8. It seems so easy, and everyone really kind of enjoys tier 8, in my opinion, or what I've seen, in competitive situations. And the main thing, the elephant in the room for me, is this has the potential of being very, very, very successful. I think clan battles, they're trying to do too broad, and this might be an unpopular opinion. This is kind of how I see clan battles. is clan battles is for that very, very competitive um, population on World of Warships. And what I mean by that is this is going to be for the guys that are the kind of quote unquote the esport clans, the super competitive clans. And for them it's going to be okay, but you completely taking out this balance of taking out CVs, and I don't think clan battles is going to be for everyone. So bringing everyone in is, in my opinion, not the best thing. If they have an MMR, then it's going to be one thing. But I think they need to kind of focus on the really, really competitive clans in World of Warships and giving them their outlet to compete. That's what a lot of people are getting burnt out on right now. They just don't have anything. They've been playing the same ships for so long, and ranked battles just doesn't do it for them. And that's why they've had to go out and make these competitive leagues themselves. So Wargaming has a golden egg right here, in my opinion, of potentially taking warships to a quote unquote esport level and getting some tournaments going and getting some traction on that. World of Tanks has it. Why doesn't World of Warships? I think there's definitely an audience for it, and I think they can do it. But if they are trying to keep this, we want everybody to do this thing, I think it's going to kind of push it away. And the main thing in these clan battles is what absolutely failed last time in the clan battles is they need to have a reason for people to play this mode. Last time they did clan battles, there was no reason. There weren't rewards. There weren't anything like that. You didn't get anything special. You literally just got to say, hey, this is what my clan's rating is. What's yours? Mine's higher, mine's lower. That's all you got. So they need to make people have a reason to keep competing, have a reason to push for this, and have a reason to really have some kind of bragging rights in this. So if Wargaming does that, I think this will be effective. I don't like the Season 1 forecast for this with no CVs and tier 10s. I'm hoping that Wargaming kind of hears this. If they keep tier 10s, at least bring CVs back. But I think the prize is really tier 8. We'll see what they do. But anyways, I just want to kind of bring this up, guys. I know a lot of people have been kind of flaming Wargaming for this. I like that clan battles are coming. Like, as much as anybody wants to bash it, I'm excited. It gives people things to do, and especially with the oil needed for the clans. And if you haven't gotten into a clan, be sure to look for it, guys. It's awesome for the social aspect and getting bonuses in social clans. So join a clan if you haven't. There's all kinds of ones you can join, not all that are super try hard, so you can get into a fun clan, make some friends, get some div mates going, and have a blast playing World of Warships. But we'll see how this goes. I'm optimistic, but I'm also very hesitant on the success of this. Wargaming has, like I said, a golden egg that they can really take in and run with, and I really hope they do. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of clan battles, if you guys are excited for it, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.